And that's how I decided
What did you decide?
Would be
And we're back.
No. I want to know Grant's made up funny bit.
No. Nobody wants to hear about that. Welcome to the College Humor Podcast, or the CH Podcast. You probably guessed that already. CH stands for College Humor, so I was right either way.
Is it called the CH Podcast?
I don't know. Or maybe it's Chod.
The Chodcast?
Chodcast?
Oh, College Humor.
It's called the College Humor Podcast. We got Marie.
The Pottage Humor Chodcast.
I am Raphael Chastain.
Grant smokes weed, guys. He's so cool.
420. Smoke weed every day.
It's so cool to smoke legal weed in California.
To my right
Very dangerous.
You can say your own name. I'm going to let you say your own name.
Siobhan Thompson. Raph, did you suddenly become scared of my saying my name out loud?
No. I was pointing to Grant.
Oh.
So this is the part
You were pointing at Grant, but looking directly into my eyes.
No.
I have to say, you're already doing a great job of hosting this podcast.
Here's a little, also, hi, I'm Grant O'Brien.
I'm Siobhan Thompson.
Hey, look, the thing happened.
Look.
Yeah.
They made a mistake leaving the monitor facing us, so we're going to be looking at ourselves the whole time.
That's what I
So
was
good.
checking
I
for.
put the right amount of highlighter on my face.
Oh, nice.
Thanks. Yeah.
Isn't it great when that happens?
Isn't it great?
Has anything interesting happened to any of us recently?
Now, I want to give the audience a little peek behind the curtain of this podcast. We rotate hosts.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's important who's hosting because we'll have on, people from around the company. People aren't necessarily on camera folks. This week you have 3 people, all of whom are on camera, and we've decided that Raph is the host. And that means that
Just decided it.
I kind of feel like I should just run Raph over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Raph. We're just here to fuck with you.
Just gonna
We're gonna make you have a really unpleasant time.
It could have just as easily been you.
I'm not going to tell you any fun stories about my week. You don't get to know that.
So Raph, what's the question?
My question is, has anything fun, or not necessarily fun, just interesting, happened to any of us recently? That's what the people want to know. That's what they want to know. That's what they're here for.
I did join a fun co-working space that's just for women, which feels very, very bougie. And it's mostly because I'm writing a lot and I'm writing from home, which makes me crazy and not see other human beings.
Yeah.
And I'm also just like, I guess maybe on a fancy day I'll change into daytime pajamas.
Right.
And then change back into my nighttime pajamas at
What are
like
daytime
7.
pajamas?
Just like
Yoga pants.
Yes,
Okay,
sweatpants.
got it. But not clothes that you sleep in during the day.
Well, I mean, I do often take naps as well. And when I'm at home, I normally write in bed.
Now, Siobhan, take us through your process.
Oh, God. So, I wake up in the morning. That's a lie. I wake up in the afternoon. I do wake up in the morning now as a 34-year-old. I can manage like a 10 o'clock wake up if I don't have to be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not a morning person. And then I fuck around for a while. I make coffee, make some toast maybe.
Now, Siobhan,
Maybe I shower.
when it comes to coffee, take us through your process.
I'm a big AeroPress fan. I have an AeroPress.
What is
That
that?
is not surprising.
What is it? Is it expensive?
It's not. It's like $20. And
Grant
you
says
make
it's expensive, I think.
$20 is
It makes 1 cup of coffee at a time.
Yeah, but how many cups of coffee do you need at a time?
Well, this is a fair point. That tracks.
Yeah,
sure.
you make 1 cup of coffee at a time, and it's good, and it's not sitting on a hot ring for 45 minutes for you to drink the next cup of coffee, by which time it's burned and disgusting.
Hot ring.
Nasty. I also have an electric kettle to make tea with because I'm English. We don't... this stove kettle nonsense is nonsense. Electric kettles all the way.
Goes
I
faster.
love tea.
Yeah.
I love tea. I wish I had an electric kettle.
You should do it.
Kettle.
Now, what's happening here? What do we suppose?
What's happening is that this is live, so they see, so we can't cut that out. Kettle. I wish I had an electric kettle or a stovetop kettle, for that matter.
You don't have any kettle? How do you heat water?
For a guy who loves tea, a self-proclaimed tea lover.
Well,
As
we're
an English
taking a
person,
break
also,
right
you
now.
have to know I am going to roast you for whatever answer you give.
Roast like the tea leaves.
All right. Well, I'm supposed to be going to a wedding this weekend.
Fully segue.
I'm supposed to be. I say it like it's up in the air. I am going to a wedding.
Whose wedding?
This week? I don't know if I want to say, but it is.
Oh.
Well, depending on what I say later on, I don't know if I want to say.
All right, fair. All right,
But I
sure.
will say
Like a
that
relative or a friend?
It's a relative. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a relative's wedding. Damn. I don't want to. I already brought it up.
Yeah, you already brought it up, and it's live. What are you doing, man?
Well, I read this article recently. It was today. That's how recent it was.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're just talking about it was this couple who had sworn off. They had abstained from sex their whole lives until they got married. Both of them did. And then, but they, as a couple, they didn't kiss or anything.
Oh, no.
How do you? No.
I'm just thinking about how stressful that would be.
I mean, are
leading
they
up to your wedding day?
both either asexual or in the closet?
No, just very religious, they think.
To have a first kiss in front of everyone you
Wouldn't
know.
that be like
God.
really stressful?
Having your parents watch you
at
have
the
your
wedding?
first kiss.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I know.
And it's gonna be on camera. This is
God.
gonna be recorded forever.
First of all,
no.
he's going to pop a bone.
Oh yeah.
There's no way it's his first kiss with his wife. And
Wait, have either of them kissed before ever, or is this the first time either of them ever kissed
how
somebody?
fucked would it be if they have a bunch?
Oh yeah, I made out hardcore. Real heavy petting situations in high school, and then nothing until I married my husband.
I'm not sure what their previous history had been. I know for sure that they had both been celibate. I know that they were both virgins. I'm not sure about how far they had gone before, but I do know that in the article they talked about how they would give like 10-minute hugs because, they had been dating for like a year or a year and a half.
That dude 100% came during those hugs. There is not a
She
world in which that
100%
dude
came
didn't
during
come.
those hugs.
Yeah, 10 minutes? Get out
When
of here.
you're that horny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you're that horny.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, there's no
That's
chance.
dangerous to be that horny.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, that's how you get into a car accident.
There is such a thing, and I bet these people don't do it. And there's no
Masturbating?
Well, but I was gonna say maintenance masturbating, like masturbating,
Oh, yeah.
so you can just move on with your damn life.
Right.
So you can. I have to get to. You talk about writing process. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
If
okay.
If I
Yeah,
work
I mean-
from home,
Oh, no.
hey Sam, you know how I work from home
Chris.
an awful lot.
We're all
for
masturbating
work?
when we work it from home.
I
We're working
gotta.
it from home.
Yeah. And then I'll get right back on Slack and talk to the rest of you.
Goodbye.
Raph just found out what masturbating was.
And he's going out of frame to try it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, did I go? I meant to go out of frame, but I'm still in.
You just
Still
went
here,
a little
just
bit.
very, very tiny.
No.
I found out my parents gave me a book. I'm just going to ignore what's happening over here.
This is also, for the viewers at home, this chair thing has been happening for the 15 minutes leading up to this. This
Yeah,
is-
but they didn't see that.
No, but
They only
it's
see
a
this
continuing
magic
bit.
part. They only see me do it smooth.
You
like
know
this.
they set us so that they could get us in a shot, right?
What?
They picked
We're
us.
on camera right
They
now,
said
right?
it.
People can see you.
Well,
My
there's
parents.
no clock neither, so I have no idea how much time has passed.
It was 45 minutes of you trying to get your chair right.
Oh my God.
My parents gave me a sex ed book rather than giving me the talk.
Okay.
It's like, here's a little chapter book.
Right.
And there was a chapter in it about masturbation. And I had never had that idea until.
really?
And I get there, I'm like, oh,
How
what
old
a
were you again?
spectacle. I would have been like fourth grade.
How old is that? 10?
10, 11.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And just right there, I was like, oh, what a spectacular idea. And since then, I haven't missed a day. I am on a routine, my
You
friends.
don't have like an older brother or anything like that.
No, I'm the oldest.
Okay.
Oh wow, so
got
you
it.
had to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did like
I
that
didn't.
book.
I
That's
was my mommy and my daddy went to the library and gave me a book from it.
We didn't have sex ed in my school. We had reproduction in biology, which my mum is like, all of her friends are extremely sexually liberated, and she studies like sex cults for a living. And I grew up in a very sort of sexually open place, but when it came to like, Mum, will you please test me on all of the organelles within the penis and vagina, she could not do it.
Well, who wants to bring the work
She
home?
couldn't
with them?
handle it. But also, she was right in that there was no clitoris on the vagina, which is a wild thing to miss out when you're teaching kids ostensibly the science of reproduction.
You know, Siobhan, there's no clitoris on any vagina. They're two separate organs.
Is that a part of the vulva? Whatever. Come on, Grant. All right. Anyway,
there's such a thing as too woke.
That's right. That's what I usually get accused of.
My dad, the only sex talk that I got with my parents was that one time my dad walked in on me watching porn, and
heard this story.
the next day. I was in high school at the time. So this was past like the time of really, I was a sophomore in high school, so it was, or maybe a junior, but it was past the time of like, this is what sex is. I was like 15 or 16 years old. Anyway, the next day, I go to school. In my last period, I get a call from somebody saying, from the teacher or the principal or whoever from the office saying that, okay, your dad's going to come pick you up, so don't take the bus home. Your dad's coming to pick you up.
Just an announcement. Raphael Chestag, your disappointed father is on his way.
He's been thinking about it the whole time you were at school, and he's come to a decision. He's going to pick you up from school personally and talk about it on the way home, and then you'll never talk about it again.
So I grew up very religious. My dad is a pastor. He's a pastor now, and so he picks me up. We're we're driving home. And it's like a 25-minute ride home. So there's a lot of time. Nobody says anything for the first 15 minutes.
Just the two of you?
Yeah, it's just the two of us. Nobody says anything for like the first 15 minutes. And then all he says was, this is the whole talk. All he says was, playing with fire, son.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
God.
Men are baffling. Men and their emotional, illegible conversations.
Yeah.
God bless them.
Yeah. And now we're all working from home.
It's great. We're living our lives.
Speaking of awkward conversations with parents, I have a sketch that I've written. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm not the host. Raph, would you like to take us into the next segment?
Before
Raph,
this
what's going on? What's with this segment that we're going to do?
Okay, this segment is we're going to read a sketch from Grant. I'm going to leave the microphone over here now and go grab the sketches.
I'll vamp.
Okay, starting now.
There's the labia minora, the labia majora, there's the clitoris. Thank you very much. The fallopian tubes.
And we're back. Okay, this sketch is written by Grant O'Brien, titled "Seeing Your Parents' Age."
Yes, this is a part of our ongoing series, Rejected Sketches, where you, our viewers, get to hear out loud a reading of some sketches we're not going to make. I will cast this. Now, this has 4 characters, I believe.
Oh, really?
I wrote this sketch years ago, and I haven't revisited since. So let's find out.
Mom, Dad, and Ben?
4. Yeah, no, it's 3.
Mom, Dad, and Ben. Yes,
I mean, it's
good.
4 if you include stage.
Sure, let's say that's what I meant. I'll read Ben.
You want to do stage as well?
Would you? Yes, I will.
Great.
Siobhan, would you read Mom? Raph, would you read Dad?
Yes.
I
Wonderful.
think Raph should read Mom, and no, I'm kidding. It's too confusing. Hats on hats.
Seeing Your Parents' Age by Grant O'Brien. Interior living room day. Mom and Dad, both older, are in their living room, which is decorated for Thanksgiving. Their adult son, Ben, enters. They are coming from out of town in coats with suitcases.
The coats have suitcases on.
I hate that stage direction. Ben speaks in the cadence of a grandparent who hasn't seen her grandkids in a while.
Hi, Benjamin. Welcome home.
Hey, Benny, what do you say?
Oh, Mom, Dad, look how old you are. Dad, all that gray hair. And Mom, look how small you've gotten.
Well, that's what happens when you live so far away and we don't see you so much.
This is the best part of the holidays for children who move away from home. Seeing your parents' age. When was the last time I saw you?
This summer at the lake.
Well, every time I see you, I'm amazed by how much closer to death you seem.
Let me get your bag, son.
No way, mister. I'm worried about your heart now all of a sudden.
Don't be silly.
Dad picks up the bag.
What do you have in here, bricks?
Boy, it's just shattering to see the man who taught me how to play sports struggling physically. Dad takes a suitcase to Ben's room. So, are you still driving at night?
Oh no, the headlights make it hard for me to see.
So it's like the heartbreakingly long pause you take before putting on your glasses before you read anything.
Listen, I made spaghetti for dinner, your favorite.
No. Let's have something with calcium for your bones. We'll have glasses of milk and sublimator for dinner. Dad re-enters.
I set your bag in your room.
Dad sits and grunts a bit as he does. Now, the sound you make when you do anything with your chair reminds me of my own mortality.
Benny, they open...
Ben sees something. Hang on. I just noticed that one of you is using a day-of-the-week pill box. How much medicine do you both take? What's it for? Do you both use those? Tell me everything.
They open a new bar in town. This isn't such a sleepy town. We have fun. It's called the,
Oh, no.
It's,
Oh, Mom.
well, what's the,
Mom, anytime you lose a word, I remember that your mind isn't as sharp as it was.
You should go check it out. It's on Spring Street. So to get there, you could take Hudson, or you could get on the 315 to,
Oh,
wherever.
Daddy, I'm just gonna Google map it.
Don't call me Daddy. Don't call me Daddy.
Daddy, I'm just gonna Google map it.
Daddy.
Your skill with directions and maps is useless now. You're a small-scale John Henry.
Okay, but those GPSs don't always know the best way.
Yes, they do. They can even account for traffic now. I teach you how to use them, but I worry that changing your routine would make you confused and scared.
We're going to your Aunt Judy's house for Thanksgiving dinner. All of the cousins will be there.
Oh, great. I'll see a bunch of people that I played with as children and who now, as adults, I don't know and have nothing in common with.
It's a tradition.
And tradition is important. It's a way to remember that by the time a child leaves home, they've spent most of the time they ever will with their parents.
It's true. You're an adult now. You got your own life.
I do. Which reminds me, can I have some money? So
no.
This sketch was written, I'm sure, honestly, I can't remember. I'm sure I just saw my parents and saw them for their frail humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just this last weekend down in Austin seeing my sister, and my folks were there, and this happened again.
Yeah, it's a surprise. It's like, oh, my dad is fully white hair now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We went to bars and wineries, and my parents could have like a glass and a half before they were just fully asleep.
Oh.
And these are people who taught me how to drink,
Right.
and I love drinking. It's just my favorite.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure we didn't make that for two reasons. A, it's depressing, and B, when we cast older people, we have to be very careful to find ones that aren't crazy.
Yes. Yeah, that is always a challenge.
The thing, if you're still an actor at like 70 years old, but you're not famous, you're probably a little.
Like most
chances
people who haven't,
Right.
People who are at the level who would agree to do,
Right.
One of these for the rate that we would pay them, are fucking batshit insane.
In our opinion.
We've worked with some wonderful actors.
Some of them are great.
Some of them are great.
Yeah.
The ones
Yeah.
that recur, you see them over and over again
Right.
in college humor sketches.
Yeah.
It's like, at last we found one that's not crazy.
Yes.
And then eventually we do find out that they're crazy, and then we stop working with them. But
Yes, if there's someone who you only see once and then they're gone forever, they probably said some fucked up things to some of
Right.
the women on set.
oh yeah, or for to anybody who's not white,
Yeah.
or about somebody who's not white.
Right.
God bless them. Or maybe not. Maybe they just were like, we're not going to do this job ever again.
You don't know.
Or we said some fucked up shit to them and they keep turning us down.
That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is.
Let's
Grant's
take a little
just
responsibility.
very talking about masturbation as close to them as he could possibly
Sure.
get.
I work from home and I come and then I get to work.
Jesus Christ.
If you had to give up drinking or masturbation, you can only have one. Which one do you have?
Masturbation.
That's
give
the
up?
correct answer.
No. I would
keep.
keep masturbating.
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
of
keep
course.
masturbating.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the list of things I'd give up before masturbation is
What about your home?
like some of my senses I'd give up
you,
first.
You have to give up your home
Can
and
I-
live on the streets, or you can never masturbate again.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to masturbate well out there. I need some time. I need some time to
some
relax.
space.
So I'd rather keep the home because I feel like that would also ruin my
Well, I
masturbation.
believe in you. I think you could do it outside for sure. I think it would just take.
There are
would be
some
a period.
folks
You
that live
go
on
to
my
a
block that
library.
prove your thesis and say, oh, no, that is possible.
When you guys dream and your parents are in your dream, how old are they?
That's a good question. The younger, like when,
Yeah,
like
same.
from high school, me in
Yeah.
high school age.
For me, it's like me in like 7th or 8th grade. It's me in like, what is that, middle school?
Yeah.
Well, it's junior high school when I, like in Illinois, it's junior high.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are in the country, it's probably middle school or something. But anyway,
In
yeah,
England,
like,
we have junior and senior school. It's just 4 through 11 and then 11 through 18.
That's a good breakdown for it. First through third graders have very little in common with a fifth grader.
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes some sense.
Yeah.
England's great.
It's fine. I mean, the education system has
filled
its
out.
difficulties. And you mean the NHS? Is that what you're talking about?
There's the
Healthcare?
vas deferens. There's the testicles. There's the scrotum.
I think I
God.
preferred the original game that you were playing of being the worst person in the world.
Oh, what game?
That's a
do
game
we
I
have?
always win.
Oh, yeah.
What
Hey,
game do we have?
Now that was a great transition.
Where is it?
It's underneath these schedules.
This transition's getting worse by the second.
I'm taking over. I'm hijacking this podcast because
You're not
we're going to play a
this is
game
what
of
we agreed
CH
upon before.
decides.
Yeah, but this way we make you look like a lunatic.
Raph, you're fired.
Boy, Raph, you have no idea what's
Sam, we
going
fired
on.
Raph, is that okay?
We said before we started.
What a maroon. What a heel.
In this game, we as a panel will decide who in the cast or at the company is most likely to fit the following descriptions and why. Like high school yearbooks in this country. We don't really have high school yearbook stuff in England. Although we did do this once in my house at school, and I got...
What does that mean,
I
your
think,
house? Oh, you went to boarding school.
Yeah. And I got, like, skipped the most days of school for no good reason or something.
I got best performer in high school.
Well...
It was almost John.
Who's John?
Oh, shit. I keep saying first and last names.
It's live, baby.
John great. And I he's a wonderful dancer, and I have nothing negative to say about him.
Good. Who is the most likely to talk
If
their
we
way
ever-
out of a speeding ticket?
To talk their
Talk
way.
their way out of a speeding ticket.
Brennan.
Oh, you think? I was going to say Raker, but I think that Brennan could also...
I say
Because
Brennan.
Brennan has really got that Irish gift of the gab thing going on.
Yeah.
And he
It's a
also has-
podcast. You
he
can't
al-
just point.
He also.
Raph was pointing just then. Raph was
That's a good point. The cameras throw me. You're right. Okay, but Brennan also, I say Brennan right away because of the Irish thing. He also has a lot of, he does have like a lot of Irish cops in his family. And he showed us one time like a card or something.
Wait, does he have a get out of jail free card?
It's a get out of jail free card.
God
It's
damn.
it's a not go to jail free.
Yeah.
It's a totally avoid jail.
What's it like?
card.
A policeman's benevolent
It's
association?
I don't know what it is, but it's something. And he was like, his uncle or whatever was like,
Man.
oh, maybe I shouldn't be saying this.
I mean, it should be illegal.
His uncle John.
Oh no! Oh God!
We're getting so many people in trouble. It's fine. Nobody
Anyway,
watches this.
I say Brennan because he has said before that if I get pulled over, I can get out of it.
I feel like I said Raker just because she's so fantastically polite. The person who would least likely to get out way with it, I feel like, is Katie. Just
Yeah.
because she would get in a fist fight.
He would get angry.
Exactly.
He'd get mad.
I feel like people don't really. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what would happen. She would become
There's been
irate.
several occasions where Katie's like, I'm so sorry I'm 45 minutes late. I got into a fight with somebody.
No, this is true. Like Katie's got some.
She has some anger issues.
I think it would be Allie. I feel like Allie's so like fun. Like Allie
I don't
bobs
think
and
cops
weaves.
like
Cool.
fun.
That's true. Yeah, cops
not,
like Brennan.
Fun people. Yeah, Brennan looks enough like them that they're like, I like this guy.
Yeah, that Irishman. Yeah, it's
Right.
like we have a common ancestor.
Who is the most likely to become a priest or nun?
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a
Of
priest.
course you did.
Not for the reason you're thinking.
Because you're a good Irish boy.
Not for that reason either.
Because you get to wear a dress?
I wanted to be a priest because I grew up going to Catholic school, and the priest was the closest thing that I had a lot of interaction with that was an actor, that was a performer. Did you drop your chair again?
Yeah, he did. He was waiting for
I'm telling a story about.
It's not that difficult to raise the chair. I don't know why you're making it seem so hard.
Okay, so
So you're saying you're the most likely to become
I'm saying
a priest or nun?
I may have been the most likely in the past. Plus now, it seems like you can still suck cock. So
Priest
I feel
of
like,
the underworld.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that like a lot of the things I enjoy doing aren't necessarily as disqualifying as they once were from the priesthood.
okay.
I mean, also, like, being a nun is very different from being a priest.
That's true.
And it also depends on what kind of nun. I feel like it would be fun. Like, there are some fun nuns. You could go and do mission and, like, be like a Franciscan going out into the... Look at these Catholic school kids.
I didn't go to Catholic school.
Didn't you? Oh, right. You went to
I went to a Bible college.
Bible college.
Yeah.
But I feel like...
There's some great priests, too. I took some hard swipes at them. There's some terrific priests.
Yeah. Being a Jesuit priest, I feel like there's some fun Jesuit priests.
This is a bit of a long story. I was 23, 24, and I was really in it. There's a really shitty year of a lot of upwardly mobile fucking dickheads' lives where it's that first sort of like the first or second year out of college when it's like, okay, put up or shut up. Like no one, you can't get by on charm anymore. Now you have to start working hard,
right?
Which is a difficult thing to realize.
Yeah.
And so I'd come home from bartending and I was really like in a funk. And I don't know how I wound up on it, but I was just like listening to podcasts at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I wound up on a Catholic podcast. And a priest who was hosting it was making a lot of sense. And so I was in the right mood that I sent him an email. And I said, listen, I don't know if I believe in God. And I don't... And there's some things about me that the Catholic Church isn't really into. There's some things about the Catholic Church that I'm really not into.
Having said that,
this is this works for a lot of people, and I'm wondering if it could work for me again. And he said he was in New York, and he said, like, why don't you come up tomorrow? Come up to the church and we'll sit and we'll talk. A Jesuit priest, which is what made me think of it. We had like a 2-hour conversation about faith and about church. And he said something real interesting to me. He said, what's important about church isn't necessarily believing in God or doing the sacraments or any of the ceremony. It's about the congregation, and it's about getting together for an hour a week and saying it's hard to be a good person. Let's have each other's backs while we try and fail. And I thought that was a really great way of looking at it.
I do miss having that congregational aspect and that like hour of let's sitting together and sing and somebody reads a poem.
Yeah.
It's just the God stuff that I'm not excited about. My friend just converted to Judaism, and it was so nice to go to her ceremony and have this like kind, welcoming community where everybody's there and loving. But just, I don't know. And the misogyny is very exhausting.
Yeah.
And I like masturbating when I work at home. And I don't want God watching me while I do that.
Do you guys know much about Quaker services?
Quaker services are very fun.
Great. It's from what I understand them, and this I could very well be speaking from a position of ignorance, but it's you sit quietly until someone feels moved to speak. There's no one leading it, and you speak for as long as you can, and otherwise it's people sitting quietly.
You speak for as long as you want, not for as long as you can.
It's like a filibuster.
It's not just a minute. You have to stop when you're done. Who is most likely to volunteer for a one-way mission to Mars?
Jess.
Oh.
Jess Ross.
Okay.
Has said as much, I feel like. Well, like,
Yeah.
it's like, maybe I'll die, but at least I'll die on Mars.
I
Yeah,
feel
you're
like-
right. We did have this
Yeah.
conversation.
I feel like Trap would as well. That seems like a very Trap move. It's like it just I've thought about it and it just makes sense.
I was gonna say, but Trap is married, but also, yeah, Jess is also
About to be married,
About to
yeah.
be married.
You're right. So yeah,
They don't have enough
They're
good
equally-
beer on Mars. I feel like Trap wouldn't do a good job. Trap enjoys the drinks just as much as I do. I feel.
I don't know. What was the Matt Damon movie? He started growing stuff.
Yeah, he
You
had
could probably
potatoes. He
brew
could probably make some potato beer.
vodka or, yeah, potato beer or something.
Yeah, you want to slander Matt Damon?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Matt Damon in the movie The Martian, which is a real documentary about Matt Damon's life. Who is most likely to get married next? Well, that's easy. That's Jess, right?
Jess.
Yeah.
Jess Ross
Jess Ross is
that's
engaged.
is
absolutely
and
engaged to Kate, who's wonderful.
yes.
But what about after that? I
Yeah.
guess maybe Teo.
Oh yeah.
There's.
Certainly none of us.
It's,
Yeah, neither.
Yeah, this is
neither.
oh man, everyone's so happy.
Hey, when we hit the age of 55, let's get married.
Great, all three of us.
All three of us. Well, it'll be legal by then.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
When is polygamy going to be legalized? This is the next great fight. Who is most likely to miss a flight because they slept in?
Allie.
Yes.
Allie. Allie. The answer is Allie.
I don't. Who? That was gonna be mean. Who is most likely to miss
Anything.
That's the end of your sentence.
Yes.
Then probably Allie.
Yes. I've never missed a flight. Touch wood.
Yeah, me neither. And I have a flight tonight on
Oh my God,
blank.
Raph, you're already
airline.
late.
Yeah, I don't want to say. Yeah. But I had to. Okay, there we go. Oh no, this came loose.
Oh my God. Wow, host.
Sorry.
You're never hosting this podcast again. You're,
God.
you're dead in this
Tearing
town.
down the walls.
It's all coming apart.
Who is most likely to have been sent to the principal's office in grade school?
I mean,
Ooh,
I
don't
did, and
know.
I was fine.
I
Yeah.
got sent to
I
the
think all of us
principal's
Yeah, I
probably
definitely
at
did.
one
All of
point.
us did.
Yeah,
I think.
for sure.
I
All of us-
pretended I had head lice, and then I touched someone whose first and last name I won't say. I've learned my lesson, and I got in trouble for scaring her.
Yeah, some fun hijinks. We
Yeah.
all went to the principal's office because our fun hijinks just went a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I just read a very, very sad article about a kid who died because he was deathly allergic to cheese, and he was in middle school, and some kid just flicked some cheese at him,
No.
not knowing that he was allergic to cheese,
Right.
to dairy, which, like, what a benign bit
Yeah.
to then have to live with for the
right.
rest of your life.
Yeah, that
Tell you-
literally killed.
I'll tell you something.
You ever killed somebody with cheese, Grant?
I feel like if you will die from that,
Yeah.
I don't know how much time you had left anyway. I don't know.
mean,
I don't know
that's
how.
tough.
If you're that
Deathly
allergic to
allergic.
something that common,
Yeah,
you're probably
that's
not
tough.
long for this world. Fuck that kid.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Who is most likely to run for political office?
Most likely.
Well, I'm not allowed.
That's right.
Right. You're out. Yeah, we'll do this by process
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
elimination.
Yeah.
Not you.
I mean, I could
not,
go home and run for office against my terrible MP, Jacob Rees-Mogg, who I will say his whole name of because he's a public figure and also a cunt. So, sue me, bitch.
That's it. They won't sue you. They'll sue the company.
Good.
Good.
Barry
honestly.
Diller versus Jacob Rees-Mogg. Bring it on.
Lily is Canadian. So
Yeah.
I feel like she might be out, even though I guess she might.
Lily'd be good.
Yeah.
Like, Lily'd be good, and I also feel like would run for office.
Yeah, I trust Lily with having a good and righteous point of view on things. Zach
Okay.
is too chill to run for office.
Oh.
It would be exhausting.
I've got a lot of nudes of myself. that I feel
Yeah.
like aren't really-
Oh yeah, I
that's
also
not
do
kind
have a lot
great-
of nudes of myself.
That's not a great. Yeah, all three of us have a lot of nudes of ourselves
No.
that are pretty easy to hack.
No.
If you hack Raph's Google Drive,
Yeah.
You can hack my
Raph
shit.
Daddy 69. That's his password.
You have nudes. You have nudes, but you have nudes that you're too proud of. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, we've all seen Grant's nudes.
it's. I mean, well, look. So I showed my D in this room for total forgiveness.
Oh yeah. Wild.
Boy, what a character I am. Did we settle on that? Who is the most likely?
Most likely to run for political office. I
Li-
think actually
Lily.
Jess Ross again. Yeah,
Lily's
Lily.
fine. Yeah.
Who is the most likely to break a Guinness World Record?
For what?
I feel like Brennan, but just because that seems nerdy.
You all
Right.
didn't break any Guinness World Records for you and
Actually-
Allie on Total Forgiveness?
I feel like Zach might, just because Zach sometimes
Zach.
is like, I can do this.
Yes.
Don't tell me I can't do this. I
Right,
can
but
do
he's
it.
wrong always.
Yes,
He's
but
always-
like there are so many weird Guinness World Records, like
Yes.
tallest tower of sugar or whatever, that I feel like if somebody dared Zach in just the right way as to challenge his ego, he would be like, I'm going to prove it to you.
I was a part of an attempt at breaking a Guinness World Record. The thing was to have the
most
longest.
nudes.
That shouldn't have got me as hard as
Hey, you know what? Jesus, that should have been my closer.
But it was the longest improv set, the longest continuous improv. It was unbearable. It was unbearable.
Sure.
Yeah, that's too much improv.
Yeah, it was way too much. But then, so we did it. It was like for 3 days. And then, but when we submitted, they were like, no, it was some type of technicality.
Yeah.
So we weren't able. It might have been because there wasn't an official
Oh yeah, you need to have an official representative from the Guinness World Records.
Yeah.
You were just reading from a script.
Do
It
kids
wasn't
still
everybody.
get those books at Christmas? I feel like that was like a staple. I don't know what to buy this 8-year-old
Yeah, for
child.
sure
I'll get them
was.
the Guinness
That
World
has to
Records
have,
book.
that's an industry that has to have been eaten alive by the
Right?
internet. Why would there still be published books of it?
Right?
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
let
probably.
that be online. That's a
Yeah.
fine place
I mean,
to
but
keep it.
still, uncles and aunts need to buy their nieces and nephews that they don't ever see and have nothing in common with bullshit gifts still.
Yeah. What would that be?
I guess they just buy them like phone accessories. They can just
Yeah.
Venmo them $20.
It's what I gave my cousins last
You fucking
Christmas.
piece of shit. Who is most likely to gamble away their life savings?
Me, I am.
Yeah, it's Grant. Yeah, that's very
I
easy.
think I kind of already have.
Yes, you did. You did.
That's
You
happened
gambled
to
it
me.
away on Tish.
A couple of times, I've really bet hard on like, acting training. Now, how about my sketch comedy career?
Oh God, so much. UCB has so much of our money. Who is most likely to write a best-selling book or memoir?
Book, Trap.
Yeah,
Memoir, Allie.
yeah. I would read Ali's memoir.
Yeah.
Every time we talk, there's just like some little snippet of insanity. I feel like I would also love to read your memoir because every
That's
now
a-
and again you say a story from your childhood that is so wild to me.
Man, I gotta
Like-
tap into this.
Like that time, what was that time your parents just left you at a truck stop for
yeah,
hours?
I mean that happens though. I'm sure this.
Does it though?
I think it probably does. Yeah, they left. Yeah, we were driving. We drove to Florida. We were going back to Chicago, and somewhere in Indiana, they left me. And then I was there at but the gas station. It wasn't like just an empty gas station. They had a Subway there, so I went and I got a sandwich, and then I just waited for them to come back. Yeah.
You didn't cry or?
No, I didn't.
I would have
I
cried
was a man.
immediately.
I was a grown ass man.
I would cry now
Yeah.
as a fully grown adult if I
Well,
got.
I was like 4. Well, wait. No, I must have been. No, yeah, like 13, 12 or 13.
yeah, I would have cried.
Kind of sandwich.
I don't remember. It was something from Subway.
Olives? Do you olives on that Subway sandwich? You an olive guy?
I don't love olives from Subway. I like
Oh.
olives from.
I agree with you.
From like an Italian restaurant. If they have those, I'll eat those. Those are good.
I kind of like those Subway ones. They are trash. But
Yeah.
there's something about eating trash that when it's Subway, you know.
Is
Right.
that
Eat trash.
Is
That's
that what
the
we're allowed to
Subway's-
say? Are we allowed to say things like this?
Oh yeah, right. This is all
We're-
our.
I don't know. I'm looking over at
Yeah.
Marie. And
Allegedly.
we'll see.
The trash olives at Subway, I find personally delicious, and maybe you should go and buy some or not. Who is most likely to end up on Broadway? Well, definitely not any of us.
I guess out of all of us, I
Fucking
guess it would.
dare you.
I guess
How
it would be
fucking
Trap.
dare you.
I guess it would be Trap.
Oh, this is unbelievable. You know I'm on a cast recording. Okay.
Yeah, of the Dance Revolution musical.
No, of Futurity the musical.
Excuse me, that's much more serious.
You go.
Are you guys, I was afraid that this was going to happen. I almost said it beforehand. You guys can't just talk about musicals the whole time.
The question is right there.
I don't know anything about musicals, but you all have.
Now we're not allowed to sing, but if I could,
you can't
But if
sing, but you
I
can.
I would sing like a fucking bird right now. God, I'm so talented.
That doesn't mean
Handsome.
Yeah,
singing
that
like a
doesn't
bird
mean what
doesn't
you're
mean singing.
meaning to
Singing
me.
like a bird means you're
You're gonna
confessing the
snitch.
crimes and you're going to snitch on your higher ups.
I've
So
done a lot of
please,
that too. I've confessed to a lot.
Who is most likely to invent something that will better humanity? Well, all of us are trash people. Why?
Yeah.
None of us
I
have
don't
any
know that
real
any
skills.
of us-
I mean, I feel like the answer to this is like Rick, somebody who he's our
Oh, yeah,
guy.
Rick.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
be. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick is would 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go with Rick. And for the politician person, I might say Denise.
Oh my God, I would love Denise.
We don't
That'd be
know
great.
that.
Run for office.
I don't know how effective it'll be, but in this
I mean, look, it
political
would be
climate,
entertaining.
that's exactly.
Denise could
That's
be the
person
rents are too damn high 2.0, and I would vote for her absolutely.
Denise does
Again,
our
I cannot
makeup a
vote.
lot of the time.
Yeah,
Do
she
people-
rules.
Yeah, but
And we'll
it's-
also just decide to do things and do
Right.
them.
Yes.
yeah, makes executive decisions.
Yeah, she's very cool.
Yeah.
She was in the army.
She was in the army. She's from
in
the
the
south side of
army.
Chicago. She
Yeah.
will beat you up.
Yeah.
Her and Katie are similarly like. I accidentally got into a fist fight on the highway.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoy it. Who is most likely to pull an Ocean's 11 style heist and skip town? Man,
Sam.
what a dream. Really?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I
How
don't
can
know.
he skip town? He has the most invested here. He has a
know.
house. Well, Trap has a house too.
Yeah, all these people with their houses. God damn.
to-
I would love to run a heist. We got our phones pickpocketed from us.
Yes.
But it
Oh,
was
yeah.
so impressive.
I'll say it. It was at the fucking Abbey.
It was at the fucking Abbey.
Sue
Give us
us.
our goddamn
Sue
phone
us.
back, you bitches. Put some cameras on the dance floor.
There were more than 100 phones stolen at the Abbey
Yeah,
the year
like-
before, and that's not slander. That's a fact.
That's a fact. We saw it online, so it must be true.
fucking garbage. club.
But they.
Sorry, Marie.
They pickpocket us so smoothly that we just didn't see it, and I just want to meet that pickpocket mostly to get my fucking phone back, but also like what an impressive skill.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to pickpockets. Since I was a child, I've always been like, that is a skill that I wish to acquire, and I don't know how.
I was gonna say that's very British of you.
Really?
But, well, to me,
It feels like it's from Oliver.
Well, but I think that also weirdly, there's that scene in the Ninja Turtles movie, the live action one, where he has to pick up all of the bells, which I guess is not pickpocketing. It's like ninja stuff.
Okay.
That was always like, I want to be able to be that.
Ninja
like-
stuff.
Right.
It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
What
It's in the
what
title.
happens though? What do they do? Do they put something in someone's pocket? Is that why it's not pickpocketing? What is
No,
the
he
thing?
has to just like. There's a
He just
bowl
has to
full of
be
bells,
careful.
and he has to pick up all of the bells without making a noise.
Oh, so he just has to be quiet.
Yeah, but that's hard. They're bells. They're designed to make noise.
Right.
They're little sleigh bells, you know.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but
So
I don't know.
stealth. You always
So
wanted
in conclusion,
to be stealthy.
I do think that I could run an Ocean's 11 heist, which I know is also not true, but like that's what my best self is doing.
Sure.
So I'm pitching myself for
well,
this
maybe
thing. Fully
Olivia
aspirationally.
or Frankie.
Oh,
or
yeah.
somebody
The
who
people who
does
have
like,
production
yeah,
skills
who
would
does
be
like
much better at this
coordinating.
than
Yeah,
Shane.
Honestly, probably
Oh my gosh,
Marie.
Shane would be
I think
yeah.
Marie would be
Or
really
Marie.
good at running a
Or Marie.
heist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See.
Yeah, you'd be great at it. Ocean's 9.
They just meet. They just get to Ocean's 11 again. That's cute.
Who is most likely to get starstruck by somebody? Ooh, that's tough.
Oh, you and Allison Williams.
We filmed a sketch for the movie Get Out with Allison Williams when that movie was coming out. And Allison came into the office to do a sketch. Now, I'd written it, and so I needed to be on set in case there were any last-minute changes that needed to happen that day. But I had such a high fever. I was sick, and I was so like white and sweating so much that they had to like pat me down with towels and stuff, to the point where Allison Williams, who I just met that day, said, "Are you okay?" And I said, I'm so sick. And Trap said he was going to say to her, "Listen, it's really sweet of you to be nice to Grant. He's a very big fan." That's why he's sweating so much, is because he's just really intimidated by you, which would have been very, very funny.
That's really funny to say to somebody that you'll never meet again.
No, yeah, like it's or like in passing and be like, "Oh God, get me away from this fucking lunatic who can't control his body." So me and Allison Williams.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I feel like because I worked in restaurants in New York for such a long time, I got my starstruck out.
Mm-hmm. Who was the biggest person that you were most starstruck?
Yeah, starstruck. It's weird. It's like not the people that you would necessarily expect. I mean, some people, like I waited on Anna Wintour once, and she was terrifying in a perfect way, in a way that this is exactly the interaction that I want with Anna Wintour. And I waited on Meryl Streep once, and the two women, which was very intimidating. It was an fully uninteresting experience, other than the fact that she was there, and the two women sitting next to her, these like fantastic, like very sweet older ladies. As soon as she got up, they both like grabbed me like this by the arm and were like, "We were so good. We didn't say anything. We did such a good job. That was Meryl fucking Streep. What just happened? We just had lunch here. This is amazing." But I feel like because I'm from a fucking tiny village in the middle of nowhere, but I got all of my starstruck out working at those places.
Yeah.
Because like after you've waited on Oprah twice.
You waited on Oprah twice?
Yeah.
My grandfather was her doorman for years.
Oh, great. Is she great, or is she a nightmare?
She was
Allegedly.
great. She was great to him.
Yeah.
You know, she was very nice to him. I don't know what it's like to work for her, like personally, like on the show, or if you're a producer.
Right.
Or I mean, she doesn't have the show anymore, but like when she had the show, if you were a producer on the show, I don't know how.
What's the most
stressful
Star
that
Trek
was.
you've been?
Star Trek?
Star Trek. What's the most Star Trek you've been?
This is also what it's like shooting sketches with Grant.
I can't. I'm a wreck. It's like I've had a stroke already.
Oh, God. There was one sketch that we did that there's a blooper reel for, which is is this branded?
Uh-huh.
And the whole blooper reel is Trap being effortlessly brilliant and me failing to say my one line over and over and over again, and then Grant breaking.
I had a lot of fun that day.
Yeah. It's the one where Katie was like,
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me
Which-
laugh so much.
was truly so funny.
That's
I
a
don't think
great
it was
sketch.
even was scripted.
No,
And so she was
just
just
tossed
very
it out.
quietly like,
Yeah.
Excellent sketch. I remember the first time I was starstruck in LA, and this is going off of what Siobhan, what you were saying about usually sometimes it's not people that you would, it's not like the biggest stars, but Talib Kweli, the rapper, came into, I was working at this furniture store, and I look up, and then I did a double take, like, I can't believe this person is here. I was a big fan of his. And then, but I mean, I didn't meet Tom Hanks, but at a previous job, I was at like a event, like a gala event thing, and Tom Hanks was there, and we interviewed him. Yeah, but as far as people that I was starstruck by, Talib Kweli was the first, and that's one that sticks out.
because it's people that
Right.
like do something impressive. That like it's like
They're like, I grew up listening to this music.
anybody
Right.
can act, but it's hard to make good music.
and just like seeing them in the wild for the first time.
Right,
is
he's
like-
shopping for furniture here.
Right.
Like I know what a piece of his bedroom is gonna look like
Right.
because he bought this bed. But yeah, the way I said that was creepy. But yeah,
You know what his bedroom looks like.
No, it's true though. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
live
for
very
sure.
blessed lives.
Yes, we do.
We've been in unimportant service situations with a lot of famous people.
Also, I will say that I actually I actually was a little starstruck with with this job a little bit. When I first, I'll explain this. When I came in to interview, I assumed that it was going to be an assistant or somebody come down to get me. When I talked to security, they were like, okay, yeah, they're going to come down. Or Marie, I thought somebody like you was going to come down to get me. Not
somebody
that
unimportant.
Marie, you're not important.
No,
somebody just bullshit.
But
like,
you're not an important person.
No.
Look
No,
at you now.
honestly, no. But that would have put me at ease. I would have been relaxed in that situation. But Trap came down, and I was like, "Oh, they're trying to fuck with my head." This is a power move. I know it. Can you imagine Trap making a power move on
Trap doing
No.
some move like a famous late night producer whose name I won't say, making you wait for 7 hours
Right.
before they come to get you.
Yeah,
Ugh, what a
Jesus
nightmare.
Christ.
What a garbage job.
So stupid.
LM.
I'm always baffled by.
Oh, I can't do that. They'll bleep it out.
I'm always baffled by comedy jobs that aren't fun. Because,
right.
not mentioning
Now,
any
what
names,
job? Yeah.
but allegedly some of them aren't fun, and it's like, but you do fun for a living, and you can. I feel like you can tell if people aren't having fun because of the death behind their eyes when they're telling jokes,
Right.
and it's so important.
Yeah.
Have a nice time. You get to make jokes for a living.
Gotta
what are you
have
doing?
a nice time.
They're
I'll
not
see you at the
watching
after
this.
party. Yeah, they're not gonna.
Yeah, in an unrelated note, Adam
Unrelated
Sandler is going to be on SNL this weekend.
Wait,
And
we
I
can't
am
say the first and last name.
Famously fun. My friend Adam, who I've not met, but I have listened to several of his songs.
I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, now we have questions from your host. Oh, no, you can, okay.
You're the host.
You're the
All right,
host.
fine. Oh,
Raph.
it's just 2 questions.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do the short one first.
Great.
This is from
It's
Vice.
good time management.
These are from Dropout. By the way, if you're watching this on CH2, I got you. If you're watching this on CH2, it's already been out for 2 weeks on Dropout.
Been out for 2 weeks.
Get over to Dropout. You're living in the past. This is like how a black hole switches
Yeah,
up
everything
time.
that we've said in this podcast is so problematic because you're watching it 2 weeks later. But
Exactly.
at the time, it was still fine for us to reference all of
It's
these
your
people.
fault. It's your fault.
your fault. We're canceled.
problem. But yeah, hop on over there. These are questions from Dropout, right? Discord. Sorry. So if you sign up for Dropout, you can be a part of the Discord and send us questions like this. All right. This one comes from Vice Principal Lunch Lad. Where did you
It's a
first?
D20 reference. It's
Yeah. Huh?
a D20 reference.
Oh,
Dimension
and it's a
20.
D20 reference.
Yeah.
Why didn't you know that, Raph?
Raph, don't you watch all of the shows that are on Dropout?
It's super long, but it's very good. Where did you first get into?
What's your favorite episode?
I'm literally gonna die. Okay. Where did you first?
I like the one with Brennan. The one with Brennan is my favorite episode.
Neither of you will be on this show.
I wasn't even gonna throw it back at you like that. We all know the truth. Where did you first get introduced to comedy / improv / theater? I mean,
my.
theater. That's for
Yeah.
me. That would go
Yeah.
way before the other ones. That's from Vice. Thank you, Vice Principal Lunch Lad.
I mean, I feel like the first theater I ever saw that I remember being like, this is magical and I must do this, was there was like a kids theater performer that came to my school and did a one-person puppet storytelling thing of the Snow Queen, the Hans Christian Andersen story. And I remember as like a 5-year-old being like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And how do I do it? And now I do puppetry. No, not at all.
My first night in New York, I went to school in New York.
Oh, really?
Tish.
Well, the whole city's your campus.
Allegedly.
And there you have like someone who you have a sophomore take around your group of freshmen for welcome week, and the first night that I was there, my sophomore mentor took us to the Upright Citizens Brigade for ASCAT.
Oh, wow.
Which was incredible. like my first thing in New York was seeing this amazing show at this place, and I thought like, oh, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
And then I did, and then I was like, well, that's over. That became my 20s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So much of my 20s was in that beautiful stinky basement.
Yeah.
R.I.P. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
They blew it up. They didn't. Some other improv theater took it over. But fuck them.
Oh.
I just want to go back there and play in the Chelsea theater.
No, you
I'm
can't.
sad about it. I can't.
It was in the World Trade Center.
Wow. Keep on drinking that water. Drink more of it.
So my first my first introduction, well, to theater, I think the first play, my first experience with theater, I was in a play in Chicago at a theater called the Goodman Theater.
Oh,
and it was
wow.
like an original production.
Wait,
it was
you're like
about,
a theater kid? Every time, Raph, fascinating stories.
So this play was about, I was 11 years old, or I was 10 turning 11. I turned 11 during this production. And
Wait, this was like a long run?
the run was 3 months. I feel like we rehearsed for a month before.
You just hear the jealousy dripping off of Siobhan's voice.
My parents
eating
wouldn't
herself
let me
alive.
join the youth theater because they couldn't be fucked to take me.
Well,
So-
I mean, yeah, a small village. This was
Well, yeah, but I
Chicago,
did grow up.
London is
And Bath is also a big theater town,
nice.
which is very close to where I grew up.
But you weren't in those plays,
I was
and
not.
Raph was.
It's fine.
Well, I wasn't in those, but this one was about a kid it was a hyperactive kid, and they were on Ritalin. This is how long ago it was. They were still putting kids like Ritalin was the big
the drug of the future, OxyContin.
But yeah, so for the first half of the play, all I remember is for the first half of the play, I was super hyper, and then for the second half, I had to be very sedated.
And so what was the message of this play, I wonder?
It was lost on me. I'm not sure. It wasn't heavy-handed at all. But yeah, that was my first. And then for comedy in Chicago, I met people that were at the IO and Second City. Never went to IO or Second City when I was in Chicago. But then when I moved out here, I got plugged into IO because of them.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. This question is from Tele-Lorne. That's a D20 reference. Oh, okay.
What episode is it from?
Okay. But, okay, the question is, how do you all feel about parasocial relationships, i.e. being recognizable by a decent-sized fan base who feel like they know you, especially the back and forth between wanting to engage with your fans, but at the same time, how fandoms can sometimes have exactly zero chill?
Our fan base is pretty chill.
Yeah, our fan base is
and
sweet.
also, yeah, like I don't think any of us are at the point where it's like, fuck, I can't walk down the street.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that part is mostly good.
Thrilled every time.
For granting myself. For granting myself.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
mostly
look, being
good.
on the internet, the fan base on the internet is very different from the fan base in real life. Anybody that introduces themselves in real life is just very kind and very respectful.
For sure.
And so often it's their dad that comes over and says, "Hi, would you take a photo with my child?"
I don't know who you are, but
It's like, yes,
my son or daughter would like to meet you.
Seems
that
very
happened
excited.
to me at the March for Our Lives.
Oh.
The lady came over and she was like, yeah, basically exactly that. My son knows who you are. He said I should get you to sign this.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes. that
Please
was
come
very
and talk
kind.
to us.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, being on the internet is a little bit more challenging. I did tweet about Gamergate once, and that was bad. But I don't feel like that's really the College Humor fan base as much as it is like people trolling on Twitter to find women who are talking about
find
things
something to
that-
get angry about on
It's
the
so
internet.
baffling to me because I really love nerdy things and I play video games and they don't want me there.
And I wonder why.
It's
what
very
is
What's
it about
different about you?
that's none of those men?
It's so baffling because it's like it don't they want friends?
Yeah.
I just want friends. I had no friends growing up, and it's very exciting to me when I find people who like the same things as me.
Right.
even when they're men. In conclusion, being famous is a mixed bag. I do like it when people send me free stuff, which almost never happens, but I live in hope.
Well,
If you would like to send us free
bag
stuff,
of olives,
please,
I'm sure.
Please send me a bag of bad Subway olives to the office.
I'm a man. So my experience with it is universally positive. It is good across the board.
Great.
Things are wonderful for me forever.
Good for you.
My experience has been pretty good. Even the bad ones were fine.
Yeah. Every now and again, there'll be somebody in the comments that will say something that's so specifically cutting.
Oh. Sometimes the comments are
Right.
really rough.
Yeah, comments are a little bit of another story.
God. I know where all of my acne scars
Yeah,
are. I
thank
don't
you.
need
Thank you
anyone
so
to
much.
tell me where they might be located.
Also, you don't have to point out where you may have seen my underwear in a sketch. You don't. That's not a thing that needs to be mentioned in the comments. You can just notice it and keep it to yourself.
218.
Yes, 218. Is that underwear?
Oh, no.
Can confirm. Yes, underwear.
Underwear confirmed.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah, pretty bad.
All right. Well, I think that about does it.
In conclusion,
If in watching this podcast you see a weird jump in time, it's probably because we went
Yeah,
too
this
far
has been-
down a rabbit hole of things we were expressly told not to say
very
before we
explicitly
started.
told, we were given good instructions. It's nothing to do with anybody else but us being bad people.
Yes, and that is our fault. Really, actually, though, I blame the host.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Raph's fault. He didn't keep us under control, and that's his job, to keep us, the wayward guests of this podcast,
That's right.
under control.
We love brands. All brands.
All kinds of brands.
Sure.
Every
If
brand.
you are a brand and you would like to send us gifts, please do.
Yeah, do
We
that
will be
right now.
so excited, and we will tweet about it.
All right. This has been the latest episode of the CH Podcast.
Check us out on dropout.tv and join us on the exclusive Dropout Discord.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
See how I did that?
That was very good. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, it's Grant. If you like college humor and want to support us, sign up for Dropout. For the low price of 0.005% of my student loan debt, you'll get shows like Total Forgiveness, where I do stunts to try to pay down said student debt, access to an exclusive Dropout Discord where I'll talk about college loans, and sketches a full week earlier, like this one about my student loans.
I studied acting. You took out loans to study acting?
It's my one thing. It's my whole deal. Sign up for your free trial today. Then pay after that. I need it.